My 40-pound weight loss actually did not happen in the morning. It did not happen during the day. It happened when I started changing my evenings. So in today's video, I want to give you 5 simple habits that I implemented in my evening routine that have truly allowed me to release weight over the past few years. It was a very gradual and slow weight loss, but a very fun one, a joyful one, and one that actually stuck around. So now let's get into it. The first one is to have a really good post-dinner routine, and that can look different for everyone else. I'm going to tell you what my post-dinner routine is, but the reason that is so important is because usually breakfast and lunch, when I look around other people and what I'm doing, it's usually really easy to have your routine with those meals. Most people eat the same for breakfast every day. If you're on a fruit-based lifestyle, you're probably going to have some type of fruit or smoothie. If you're a cereal eater or whatever, bread eater in the morning, that's usually what you have. And I don't really find myself overeating in those meals. It's the evening time where you keep going back between kitchen and table or kitchen and room. So having some sort of system, for me, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, cleaning what needs to be cleaned, putting everything back in the fridge, looking, okay, what am I going to have for breakfast tomorrow, making sure I have enough fruit, I have enough food for my breakfast meal. And then I like to incorporate some sort of movement, whether that's going out for a walk or rebounding a little bit or doing a little bit of stretching or yoga, or just something that gets me moving, that gets me outside. And that's also something that's, good for my soul, that makes me feel grounded and connected, so that I don't go back to food. Because that was the one habit, truly. If I had to nail it down to one habit that I needed to implement to lose my weight, it was being very disciplined about not going back to the cupboard when I was done with my dinner. That was the one habit that kept sabotaging my results for years and years and years. Even when eating a healthy diet and exercising several times a week, I would keep going back to the kitchen after dinner. And that was the one thing, when I changed that, the weight just started dropping off without me doing anything, without me changing any other things. So yeah, how was I able to make that successful? I asked myself earlier, and I think it was really just this thought of, are those 20 or 30 or 50 calories that I'm going to have in that one, handful of nuts, or in that one date, or whatever I want to snack after dinner, are they worth not sticking with what I set out to do? Because sure, let's say I'm still hungry after dinner. For sure, I'm going to go back and make myself something proper that's going to nourish myself. But if I have had enough food, I feel satiated, and I still think I could have one more of this, or I could have one more of that. It never ends up being that one thing. So for me, huge game changer to be very disciplined and say those 30 calories are not worth it for me. I am not hungry right now, and I'm not going to have it, and I'm going to do something else. So I love getting in some type of movement, and I'm an evening shower person. So after that's done, and it's not anything crazy where I'm sweating or nothing intense, I like to do that in the morning. And then after that, I take my shower in the evening, and I wind down and make a cup of tea. I maybe watch a relaxing YouTube video or a series. Currently, I'm really into Modern Family. If you know that, it's so good. So yeah, or hanging out with some friends, or getting some more computer work done. So yeah, that's my post-dinner routine. So that, I would say, is the biggest one that I want to share today, but I want to still give you 4 other small ones that are kind of part of my dinner routine. So the next one is setting up my meal for the next day, or just generally setting myself up for success the next day. Potentially, if I have a workout planned, putting out my workout clothes, putting out what I have for breakfast, like I mentioned earlier, or sometimes if it's going to be a really busy day and I know I don't have any space for making decisions that day, then I already kind of either write it down on a paper or on a note on my phone, or I put it down on the counter. What am I going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner the next day? And if I don't have enough for those meals, then I will schedule in shopping time, going to the grocery store, maybe writing a shopping list, what I'm going to get, so that the next day I wake up with an empty and fresh mind, and I don't have to make any of these decisions first thing in the day, but they're already dialed in. And when you dial them in the day before, you set yourself up for success the next day. The next one is, some type of going outside or moving or just getting into the body, feeling yourself is also really important, because that's usually what results in things like binge eating and overeating, is when we are dissociated, not connected to our bodies. And I feel like especially going outside, seeing the sun or the sky and the trees, it kind of really roots you, it grounds you down, and it makes you realize, hey, I'm actually not really hungry. Like, why did I want to have food earlier? Like, of course, if you're hungry, for sure, eat 100%. But I'm talking about this feeling right now where you are really full, you've had enough food, and you want more. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, okay? So very important differentiation. The next one, also something I kind of alluded to, and that is doing something for your soul, whether that is a walk, or maybe if you play an instrument, or you're into drawing, or you have some sort of thing that you really like to express yourself creatively. That can be a huge game changer as well. And then the last one I'm going to share is having dim lights after 8 p.m. So I have some red lights that I can plug into the plug, and it makes my room and it's really cozy, nice red light. And it's also low light, it's not from the ceiling, and this really signalizes the body like almost like a sunset. The sun is going down and it's, time to quiet down. It also helps with melatonin production, and it also stops you from producing hormones that are going to make you feel energized and not go to bed. So that's been another one. And also it really, really helps with your circadian rhythm, and the circadian rhythm is incredibly important when it comes to weight loss, something that we are hugely underestimating. Now, it doesn't mean you need to go to bed at 8 p.m. every night. However, it is very, very helpful for your body to have that signal, okay, it's winding down time in the evening. It helps your circadian rhythm, and it also really, really impacts how hungry you will feel the next day. I can feel a huge difference when I had, let's say, for example, screen time till 11 p.m. I can feel myself wanting to go to food more the next day, which, there's totally nothing wrong with you if you want to do that, or if that's coming up. It's just, if you're looking to lose weight, it is of course really helpful to really use that as an advantage, so that you don't even need to use any willpower or discipline for you to release that weight. And also, lastly, I want to mention that when it comes to weight loss, it's really important to look at it from a holistic approach. So I like to use the seeds. I developed it. It's sleep, exercise, emotional regulation, and diet. When you have those 4 in check, you are golden. It's gonna drop off effortlessly without you doing anything. And if you want to dive deeper into the topic of exercise, I highly recommend you check out my rebounding playlist. It is the best exercise for weight loss. It's what helped me release weight without any effort and really just bouncing on that. It's so much fun. And the other thing is, of course, diet. And if you want to know what I'm eating, however, it's really, really important to me that you know this is just what I eat. It's very important that you find out what you enjoy. But if you want some inspiration, check out my What I Eat in a Day playlist.